Good morning, everyone. Today we are starting NCERT syllabus of the 12th class. We have already told you about the new syllabus exam pattern. Now, our first chapter is reproduction in organism. In this chapter, we will study the method of reproductions, types, and some another cases as like meiosis, mitosis functions, lifespan. That is the chapter include 2 to 3 marks. It means in the exam by this chapter only one question will and in this chapter the internal choice question will be okay. So now in this chapter the first point is lifespan. So what do you mean about the lifespan? Lifespan, it means the spending. It means the period between birth to the natural death of an organism. That is the called the lifespan. So it is the interesting because it may be as short as few days or maybe as long as few thousand years. So for example, there is a minimum lifespan is mayfly, and that is only 1 day, and the maximum lifespan is a Laria tridentata, and that is 11,300 years. Now some another examples, but before that, because there are two type of the organisms, one is the plant and another is a organism. So the plant are long lifespan respectively to the animal. Lifespan of plant is more than respectively to the lifespan of animal. So now another some examples which are related to your syllabus as like housefly, only 6 months, butterfly 1 to 2 weeks, cow 26 years, dog approximately 27 to 30 years, crow that is the 15 years, elephant 70 to 90 years, parrot that is the 140 years, tortoise have the 200 years. Some plants as like wheat, barley, cereals, pulses, which have the maximum lifespan of the 5 months. These are the herbivorous. banyan tree, that is the 200 years. People tree 2000 to 4000 years. And the biggest, yeah, we can say the longest tree in the world, that is the redwood, and the scientific name of it Sequoia sempervirens. That is the 3000 to 4000 years. Red is, it is a 1.5 to 2 years. So these are the lifespan of the many exam organisms. So have you understand the lifespan? It means the spending of their life from their birth to death. So it is a general thing. Now the next part is our main topic, reproduction. So what do I mean about the reproduction? Re and production. It means again production of an organism, similar organism. You know, because the scientific word have the meaning. We separate the word and we can assume their main meaning. Okay, so now the main definition is a biological process in which an organism gives rise to young one which are similar to itself. So that is the reproduction. It means there is a process in which the organisms give rise a young one which are similar to itself. That is the process known as a reproduction. And that is in the complete life cycle. There is a three part: birth, growth, and death. In the complete life cycle, the birth, growth, and death. These are the three phases. And why is the necessary of reproduction? The another question is the necessity. Why is the reproduction is essential for the organism? Why? Because the reproduction enables the continuity of the species. Why? Because reproduction enables the continuity of species generation after generation. And this reproduction ensures the continuity. So, why is the essential of the reproduction? Reproduction enables the continuity of the species after generation. So it is a very important questions. That is the why is the necessary. Yeah, we can say the importance of the reproduction. So that is the main thing. Now types of reproduction. So mainly there is only two types of the reproduction. One is the asexual reproduction and another is a sexual reproduction. Okay, the sexual reproduction in which the sex organs are required for the formation of new offspring, and in that the sex organs are not required, so it is a asexual. So now the asexual reproduction is also known as a uniparental reproduction. Why? Because in it only one parent can requires. It means by one parents their parts, body part, the new offspring can form. So the process of an organism by which no fusion and no gamete formation occurs. So the next another important thing, no gamete formation and no gamete fusion. Okay, so that is the asexual reproduction. Okay, it means it is a uniparental because in it only a single parent are necessary for production. In it the gametes formation are absent and their fusions for forming the zygote are also absent. So now, so how the gametes are formed? So gametes are formed by a division, that is mitosis. So mitosis, and another type is a amitosis, division are essential for formation. Okay, now in it the asexual reproduction occurs mostly in the lower categories organisms. It occurs mostly in lower category organisms. And the sexual reproduction, it's known because in it the sex organs are required and in that the gamete formation and the fusion process are present. So it is a biparental because two parents are required. Okay, two parents are required for the gamete because the gametes are two types, male gamete and female gamete. So the biological process in which gamete formation and fusion occur. For the formation of the gamete, the meiosis occurs. It means the meiosis are necessary because meiosis is a process by which the chromosome number become half, and that chromosome number ensure the continuity of the chromosome in the generation after generation. So meiosis is essential for the gamete formation. So in that process meiosis occurs, and in the asexual reproduction meiosis or maybe amitosis occur. Okay, now the asexual reproduction occurs in the higher category organisms, mostly higher categories organisms. Now there is a special things in the both reproduction, because in the asexual reproduction there is no gamete formation, no mitosis occurs, no meiosis occurs, and only single parents are required. So the new forming offspring are similar to their parents, and the similarity as the morphologically and the gamete genetically. So these are also known as a clone. It means our question is that the asexual reproductive organisms are referred as a clone. Why? So the offspring which are formed by the asexual reproduction are exact, similar to parents as a morphologically and genetically. So they call clone. Okay, so clone, it means similar and similar to morphologically and genetically. So by the there is a another type of the question is most important question, the why the asexual reproductive organisms refer as a clone. So this is the answer. Okay, and now the next thing is, the important thing is, because in that no gamete formation, no fusions, so the variation are absent, totally the variations are absent in the progeny. Variations are absent. So if the variations absent, it means the progeny cannot adapt for the favorable conditions. It means offspring not adaptable for the environment. Yeah, we can say the new environment. In that asexual reproduction, the large number of the offspring can produce large number of offsprings. Production occur because this reproduction occurs in the lower categories, and lower categories produce the large number of the production because they continue to their life generation after generation, but there are many predators, so for the save their life they produce a large number. So the minimum number of the their children's and offspring can be maintained in the climate. Okay, now there is the most important things in the sexual reproduction, and that sexual reproduction important things is that because it have the variation, the offsprings which are not exact to the parents. Why? Offspring are not offsprings are not exact to parents because there is no mitosis occurs and the variations are present in offspring. So they are adaptable for the favorable condition, new environment. So these offspring are adaptables. Offsprings are adaptable for new environment. So now that is the difference between the sexual and asexual reproduction. Okay. Now next point is types of asexual reproduction. Types of asexual reproduction. So there is a many types of asexual reproduction in which we discuss the following. First is fusion. Second is budding. Third is fragmentation. Fourth, regeneration. Fifth, spore formation. And sixth is vegetative reproduction. Okay, the vegetative reproduction is another type of the reproduction which are present in lower categories and mostly in the plants. So we discuss these parts of the asexual reproduction: fission, budding, fragmentation, regeneration. So now the first is fission. Fission, it means the when the